G'day viewers, we're going to have a look at the DB-BR146.2. Now before we start, I'm just going to say this train hates me. We go back a long way, we have a long history. I don't like it, it doesn't like me. It's fine. You need to do things in exactly the right order in this train or it'll bite you on the bum. Alright, my reverser would appear to be already in, which I would not expecting that, but if it's not in, you just click here on the central bit to get it in. My throttle's moving itself because it's got a ghost in it. So we're going to move the reverser to the forward position, and we can open the doors at this point. Check that our train lights are on. Headlights are normal, which is fine. Cap lights are off, which is good. Instrument lights are on, which is good. We have got power, all those nice things. So down here somewhere, you can't quite see it, but there's a switch. RFB. So we've turned on AFB, which is the speed control. There's the switch there, you can just see it now. Which is cruise control, essentially. Turn on the SIFA safety system, which is vigilance. It make sure you're awake every now and again. Turn on PZB, where we have to acknowledge adverse signals. And we'll set our headlights to be headlights and release the park brake and plonk ourselves down in the seat. Now, normally I give a demonstration of how to recover from emergency braking, but in this train I won't because it hates me. So we're going to close the doors now. You can either do that by returning this switch to the up and down position and pushing this one upwards to lock the doors, or you can do what I did and use the Y key for the left-hand doors. So in theory, we're ready to go. Now, we will be under monitoring, so I'm just going to set our speed to 40, because we won't be allowed to exceed 45. And give it, release the brakes, and give it a little bit of throttle. Only a little bit on this one, because it's about as slippery as a banana. Loves to slip. Should, in theory, be able to get moving. I'll give it a little bit more throttle. There we go. Now in front of us is a Christmas tree. I couldn't tell you whether that is telling me anything useful. So I'm not going to believe this thing up the top right hand corner that says safe to release, because I'm not going to do it. Because I'm going to trust the system to tell me. Right, there's a 1000 Hertz magnet there, so we will acknowledge that. We can't go over 45. I have no idea why there's a 1000 Hertz magnet there, but I'll believe it. That's SIFA, which is the vigilance. Next time that happens, I'm going to let it stop the train just so I can show you how to recover. It's not hard on this one. Now we're coming into the 60 area, but we're still in monitoring, so we have to stay under 45 anyway. So there's no point trying to accelerate. Oop, I was going to let SIFA stop us, wasn't I? Still not safe to release, despite that signal being green. I did tell you this train hates me, didn't I? I avoid it like the plague. I'm driving it for you. See that one? It's okay, we can release now. So we can come out of monitoring and we can go up to 85. We're going to let SIFA stop the train though. You react to that by putting your throttle back to stop. Just apply some brakes so that you're in control. Acknowledge the SIFA. Release the brakes, and we should, in theory, be able to drive again. There we go, the brakes are automatically coming off now. We're starting to power up. A little bit of an upgrade in here, so I'll just give it just a touch more throttle. Remember what I said about this one being a slippery banana? Loves to slip. Slightest excuse. Look at it sideways, it'll slip. Just finish setting our AFB speed up higher. Like, oh no, we're back at 60 again, aren't we? 60. Set it for 55 then. Now that we're moving, we should be able to throttle up a bit more. And clearly this thing's been reworked with suspension because it's bouncy. SIFA. We'll take it through to Offenbach, where I'll stop there and I'll show you how to shut it down. We're allowed up to 100, so let's put the AFB up a bit. No, not signal lights, tail lights. It's done something with the rail driver. Let's just leave it on headlights, thanks. SIFA. The rail driver implementation in this is a bit interesting. It seems to be like that for all the German locomotives, to be honest. We can go a bit more throttle now that we're in the safe zone. And we can accelerate up to about 110 we're allowed to now. Very soon we'll be up to 130. SIFA again. When the back of our train passes that 1-3 sign we saw back there, we'll be allowed up to 130. There we go. So I've set it for 125. And very soon we'll be allowed up to 160. SIFA again. Driving away from that super bright sun, fortunately. We're allowed up to 160 now, so let's set it for 155. And go cruising along. With our Dostos in tow. Now, I'd love to stop this thing somewhere and show you how to change ends, but did I mention this train hates me, so I'm not even going to take that chance. No. We're not doing it. $7Ks to Offenbach. We will stop there and finish the tutorial when I show you how to do a nice, safe... Well, what I hope will be a nice, safe stop. Hopefully it won't be a Nebworth where we sail straight through it. We'll initially use AFB to slow down as we approach the station, and I'll take over, throttle back to 0 and take over with the brakes before we actually get there, because you shouldn't use AFB to stop your train. It's okay to use it to slow down on a passenger train. I would not do it on a heavy freight. Light freight's probably fine, because your locomotive's doing all the work. $4K's out now from Offenbach. I'm expecting to start seeing a downward trend in the speed zones, and we are. 4 kilometres away now, we see there's a 150 coming up. So we'll just start using AFB to slow down now. Not too much, just a little bit at a time. And Mr. Jiggle Jiggle rail driver goes jiggle jiggle. 2K's out now.
SIFA.
For again there. Alright, throttle off, and we're going to take over with the brakes now, just to finish the job of stopping.
Kühlfreigabe.
It's mostly releasing the brakes. Slowly coast down to our final stopping spot. I usually turn the coloured markings on the track off, but I have them on at the moment. Alright, there we go, and we will stop there, open the doors. I used the UK to do it. You can use the right pad on your D-pad. Now, as though we were shutting this down, we'd set the AFB to 0 and turn AFB off.
AFB.
And because this is an older train, turn off your SIFA and PZB. Set back to tail lights, because that's what you do when you're leaving a train. Put the brakes to full service. There we go. And once it's time to lock the doors, we can do that now. Reverser back to the off position and take it out. And set that to signal lights reduced. And we're done. There you go. That's about as shut down as these things get. And we can just wander away now. There you go. That's the DBBR 146.2. And for a change, it didn't bite me. I'm impressed. Alright, if you've got any questions, chuck them down below. I'll see what I can do to help you out. I did mention it hates me. I'm not great with the 146. I'll admit that. Drives fine from the other end when you've got Dostos on it. It's rolling away now, even though the brakes are on full. I did tell you this train hates me. Anyway, that'll do. Alright, so if you've got any questions, chuck them down below. We're just going to pretend that's not rolling away. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. These aren't the droids you're looking for. And, yeah, like and subscribe. And we will see you later. Bye!
We played a game.